Oh, good morning. I'm your compost coach, Melanie, from Melanie's Let's See Biology. And we are here with our pile that we made at our first workshop, our first hands-on workshop. And we are going to flip this pile. All right, so we are ready to flip this pile. I've got my gloves, got my wheelbarrow, got my compost, which is sustaining at 140, which is like the ideal temperature, between 131 and 142. Anything below 150 and above 131 is perfectly ideal. And it has continued to hold those temperatures for 3 days now. So that means we need to flip it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this bin, and I'm going to take the top of the pile off and put it into this wheelbarrow. Time to glove up. Alright, I've got my pitchfork. The bin has been removed, and you can see how it just holds together nicely. Makes it easy to just shift the top into the wheelbarrow. Here we go. Oh, that is smoking hot. 140 degrees. And it's about 75, 77 out here, ambient temperature. Which is why I have my tank top on. Alright, we're going to be moving on to the hot spot, the middle of the pile. Alright, I'm going to flip this around and show you the hot spot, the middle in this pile. Get my gloves off. So you can see it's white and ashy, and that's not because it got burned up. That is a bacteria called actinobacteria, and this grows when it starts to go a little anaerobic, which it probably has because it was reaching temperatures of 140. So that's why we need to keep it flipped. Once I flip this and keep it moving and get some more oxygen back into it, those actinos will almost completely disappear. Not all the way. All right, so now I'm going to take this middle part, the hot spot, I'm going to put it in these buckets, and then I'm going to lift the buckets into the bin so that way I can get more mass moving a lot quicker instead of just using one little shovelful at a time of my pitchfork. So I'm just gonna literally dig out the middle. You can see it smoking. It's got a smell to it. It's like burnt coffee. There's a lot of coffee in this recipe. Thank you, Judge Williams. Nice and hot. It's staying pretty moist, which is good. It's what our organisms need. Even though it's 75 degrees out here, this is still smoking. You can see it steaming. Alright, I'm back. I've got an umbrella. It's just getting too hot. 75 degrees, it's too hot. Especially when you've been in winter for 6 months already. So now I've got some of my middle of the pile into these buckets, and now I'm just going to lift the bucket and put it into the bin. I'm starting the new bin with the middle of the pile. The hot middle is now going to be on the bottom of this new bin. Now you consider this has already been at 140 degrees for 3 days, and the heat is going to rise. So on top of the middle that I'm putting on the bottom, I'm going to use the top that I set aside in the wheelbarrow. Big sticks. And I'll repeat that until I am ready to put the top in the middle. Alright, now that I've already started to put the hot middle at the bottom of this pile, I'm going to go ahead and water it down. Use this hose that's been sitting on out in the sun, so it's nice and hot too, so it's not going to shock my pile and start cooling it down because I'm putting cold water on 140 degree compost. So this is a good, it's okay, it's a hot hose, it's good for your hot compost. Okay, now I'm moving on to adding the middle to the new pile, which is the top of the first pile. It's all the same pile, but now we're just shifting it all around. So here's the top that I've reserved into the wheelbarrow. I'm going to dump it on the tarp, add it into my buckets, and then I'm going to hoist them in, and then I'm going to water them. That's another reason I like to put it on the tarp. So if it's too close to the edge, you can just lift it closer to the bucket. And then when it gets down low enough, I could just pick up the whole tarp and dump it right into the bin. All right, now I am going to fill my buckets. Just like that. And I'm getting a workout too. It's good for our bodies to move around. Keep strong. There's an old saying I heard that said that the rolling rock gets no moss, which pretty much means if you keep moving, you're not going to get old and moldy. Nobody wants to get old and moldy. All right, now we're to the bottom of the pile, and we are going to do the same thing we've done with everything else, but this time the bottom is now going to be the top. So all I'm going to do is shovel this bottom of the pile onto the tarp and into the buckets. And moving it so many times, like onto the tarp and then into the buckets, is just helping it get more oxygen back into the pile, because especially the bottom now, it's been hot and it's been going anaerobic a little bit with all the actinobacteria. So now we need to just keep moving it as much as we can just to get some more oxygen back into it. Again, moving our body. This is good exercise. Alright, now we have wood crew firing up a chainsaw. Alright, so we're just finishing up. Just got a tiny bit left on the tarp. And what I do is I use a piece of this hardware cloth on top of the pallet so it collects all the little things at the bottom of the pile so I can scoop them onto the tarp and put them in. I'll show you how I do it. Alright, just like that. Voila, the compost is flipped. OCD is not gonna let me leave it all uneven like that, so I gotta even it out. Even it out. Now I'm gonna moisten it with our hot hose. And I pretty much just moisten this pile every time I add 4 buckets. What I love about this bin is just moisten it right through the hardware cloth. Makes it nice and easy. We like it easy. All right, now we got chainsaws and airplanes flying over, but we are done. And I just wanted to show you, this is how I insert my thermometers. I go halfway in the middle on the side with one, and then the second one I go right in the middle. So I'm gonna be checking temperatures right in the middle of this pile, which is gonna be where the hot spot is. So wrapping it up, I am going to use a hose, and I'm gonna hose down this tarp, and I'm gonna hose down all these buckets, and I'm gonna hose down where are we? I'm gonna hose down our pitchforks, get everything nice and clean, so that way when we start our next pile, or we go to flip this one, we're not just gonna be adding some funky old sitting around old bacterias. So the chainsaws have stopped, the airplane has passed by. Thank you for joining me on this video. I'm so excited to teach you how to flip your compost, make your compost, and maintain it. I'm your compost coach, Melanie, from Melanie's Let's See Biology, and I'm going to be putting up some more videos. So follow me on Facebook, Melanie's Let's See Biology, and we also have a Facebook group, Compost Conversations with Melanie's Let's See Biology. So if you have any questions or you just want to reach out, you can find me there. Thanks.